Welcome back to the Roundtable on the IH Sports Network, live from the C. Michael Lake Technology Center in Helenwood. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are joined now by Oneida cheerleader Brylee Rector and Sky High cheerleader Emma Carroll. They're going to talk about cheerleading. They're also going to help us pick the winners of this week's games. And so this is always our favorite segment of the show, putting you guys on the spot a little bit. Before we get started, though, we're going to talk about cheerleading a little bit. Emma, you're a junior at Sky High. Brylee, just a freshman. But both of you are in your first year of high school cheerleading. So as a junior, talk about what made you decide to cheer. Did you cheer in middle school, first of all, and what made you decide to start cheering this year?
I didn't cheer in middle school, but all my friends that were already on the cheer team, they told me how fun it was, so they talked me into it. And it's a lot of fun so far.
And you've obviously been to a lot of games as a freshman and sophomore, and even before that, watching your brother play. Your brother, by the way, Clayton Carroll, who's now playing at Union College. Brylee, you're also in your first year as a high school cheerleader, obviously, since you're a freshman. Everybody who knows your family knows that your mom and your aunts were basketball players, so you chose the cheerleading route. Now, I want to know, secretly, are they a little bit disappointed in that?
They might be. They probably are, honestly, but it's me. I'm different than them, so I'm not really anything like them. I never have been, so.
Okay. Both of you guys, in addition to cheerleading, you do competitive dance. So far, what's your favorite as a high school cheerleader? Would you rather cheer or would you rather do dance?
I don't know. Dance has been a part of my life for a long time, so I'd probably have to choose that because it's something I've enjoyed since I was 4 years old, so it's been my first choice for a long time.
I'm going to have to agree with Brylee on that. I've always loved dance, but cheer is very fun, but it's very different from dance.
So what's your favorite part about Friday nights and being under the lights and leading the crowd and all that? What's the best part about that?
For me, it's the student section because they always crack me up most of the time, especially this past game. The atmosphere was just amazing, especially because our win. Hopefully we can get more of those.
How about you, Brylee?
Probably similar to how the student section, mainly Eli Rector because he's insane up there. He's just Eli. I don't have any other way to explain him, so he's crazy.
Who's your favorite player, by the way?
I guess I'll have to say Caden.
I was hoping you would. How about you? Favorite player since your brother left?
I don't have one.
Okay.
They're all pretty great.
All right, that's a safe answer. I got a text, by the way, during the last break that told me I better mention the student section. They said we have not mentioned the student section. The students need love too. Student sections for both schools have really been turning out and showing up and showing out. Is that the saying? Showing up and showing out this year. Talk about the energy that they bring. They kind of feed off you guys, don't they?
I guess so. I mean, they don't really pay attention to us, to be honest. They're doing their own little thing over there. But.
Well, I tried to give you guys credit. Tim?
Well, I've got kind of a specific question for Brylee first. And Brylee, I just want to know, and I asked Hayden this last week, did your mom make you watch the interview with her sisters, the Legends?
She didn't make us, but I did.
You got to watch that?
Yeah.
Okay. Has she also shown you, I know SFN has been showing a lot of games that she's been in. Has she ever called you in and said, hey, Brylee, come here, I'm on TV. This is one of my old games. Come watch me play?
I don't think she ever has, actually.
Well, she needs to do that because your mom was a player. I tell you what, that's why she was up here in the Legends. But now, so Caden last week, you're this week. Does this mean Eli's somehow going to be up here next week? Is that part of it? Are we going to have a student section?
Section,
if you have a student section, he'll gladly come up here.
So Emma, tell me this. You mentioned the football. You haven't cheered for basketball yet, but you're going to. Mm-hmm. What do you see as you think is going to be different about cheering for basketball than football?
I have to be aware, and hopefully a basketball doesn't hit me in the face, because I know that's happening quite a bit.
Yeah?
Good answer.
Yeah.
I think that is a good answer. And Ben kind of stole one of my questions for you, Brylee, about sports. Now, did you play some sports when you were younger?
I think I played t-ball when I was little, but it's not really anything that stuck. So
that was never going to be a thing. So,
no.
All right. So do you have a preference on cheering in football or basketball?
I don't really know what basketball's like yet, so I think I'll have to wait to see. But, I mean, I enjoy football right now, so.
Okay. Emma, did you play sports or ever?
I played basketball.
Basketball? Okay. What was your position?
I was point guard.
Point guard.
Don't know how good I was, but
Okay.
I did play, so.
Do you miss it at all?
Sometimes.
Okay. All right.
So we have some kids up here. Sorry, Rick. I think I have a feeling I interrupted you.
No, you go right ahead.
Hold that thought. We have some kids up here that are kind of shy. Alton Whaley was up here a minute ago. He's very shy. I can't hardly get him to talk. You don't have that problem. Does that come from being a Baptist preacher's kid?
I have no clue. It runs in the family, I guess. Clayton's not shy at
No,
all.
Clayton
Neither are
is
my
definitely
parents.
not shy.
No.
So who is the biggest talker? Would it be Clayton or would it be your dad, Mike?
Probably Dad.
Yeah.
I can't ever leave places without Dad talking to somebody for at least 20 minutes.
Never
so.
meets a stranger.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rick. Go ahead.
You know, you guys have missed the most important part here. And
I don't doubt that.
Well, you know, I mean, you've asked every cheerleader that's been on the show last season, this season, but I'll two-part it now.
He asked, not me.
Ben's asked. This is an A and B part.
You're going to get him fired up, Rick.
Is dance and cheerleading, are those sports?
I think they are, especially competitive versions of those two, but
You're right.
I would agree. They're both there. You struggle. You go through all the processes of being in a sport. You're doing all the things like in cheer. You are lifting girls above your head, and in dance, you have to be active and be able to do all the things you are supposed to. So I think they are.
Why
Those
does
guys
it?
are right. You must have broached this subject last year about that.
Why does he not get ridiculed for that question like I do?
He just learned it from you. I'm going to give him a break on that. Plus, I got to apologize to these two ladies. Right before we came on, I sneezed in their ears right through my microphone, and that was very rude. So I want to apologize to everybody at home, to you in front of everybody at home for doing that.
And I just want to emphasize, as a cheerleader or a competitive dancer, they put in as many hours working at their craft as a football, basketball, baseball, softball team does, and I'm glad we're giving them a lot of credit for that.
I mean, I think we should retire that question.
Okay.
Now that Rick's asked it, I think that
I've
should
never
be
asked
retired.
it before, and
I don't
so-
think it's a question.
See, there
I
you-
don't think it ever was.
There you go. Now you're catching some of what I catch. All right, guys, let's pick some winners of some games. Now, these guys are both on our pick'em panel, along with a lot of other people. If you guys happen – you've not even looked, I know. But if you were to look at the results, you would see that these guys need help. Now, Tim's in the lead, okay? But he also picked Grace Christian to beat York last week, which was a crazy pick, and I don't know what he was thinking. They need help. So we're going to talk about this week's games. We're going to get you guys to kind of
You're
chime
not
in
going to
with
say
your
that I
thoughts.
got it right?
You did get that one right, but you didn't get many others right.
Well, that's, I just concentrate on one game a week trying to get it right.
All right, let's start with the games in Region 2-2A this week. Besides Oneida Eagleton, we can talk about Oneida Eagleton. We won't ask Tim or Rick. We won't put them on the spots with our local games. But Brylee, you're going to be doing your first real game as a cheerleader on Thursday night as Oneida goes at Maryville to face Eagleton. Who do you like in that game, Oneida or Eagleton?
I mean, I'm going to say Oneida because that's the team I cheer for, but I hope they win. So.
How about it, Emma?
Oneida.
I think, yeah, you're both right. It's going to be Oneida big on Friday night. Okay, so Friday night.
Or Thursday.
Thursday night, yes.
Whichever.
Friday night.
Hopefully it's Thursday night when.
Friday night, Sweetwater against Tellico Plains. That game will be at Tellico Plains. Tellico Plains, it played Eagleton already in week 1. They looked really good doing it, and then they got smashed in the mouth, Tim Smith, by Sequoia last week. Can
Somebody
they bounce
picked
back
that. Somebody
against –
jumped onto me for picking that, if I remember right. Nobody got onto me for Grace Christian last week, but Sequoia I was questioned on.
So, Sweetwater or Tellico Plains? Who do
It's
you like?
Sweetwater.
How about it?
I'm going to go Sweetwater. Tellico Plains beat my brother, so in the player of the week. So
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
so a little bitterness
That's
there.
right.
That's right.
I'm going to agree with them.
Okay. Rick, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the flow here.
So you're going to kind of piggyback off of her pick?
Certainly. Why not?
Okay, that's probably
Well,
smart.
As you mentioned, I can't do a very good job, so why don't I follow somebody else's lead?
Don't take it personal.
That's not personal.
McMinn Central is at Polk County this week. Polk County is one of those teams that Tim, folks were talking like they might be a dark horse in the district race or the region race. So far, though, it's been a little bit of a tough start, and they got hammered last week against Walker Valley. How about it with McMinn Central?
So I have to pick first every time?
Yes.
Just making
No,
sure
no,
the
just
rules.
on the
Okay,
Oneida
that's
region.
fine. So Polk County, yeah,
It's so easily offended.
they destroyed Copper Basin, which is a rival. And then they played Walker Valley. Walker Valley is a 5A school. Polk County is a 3A, as we are. So, and I think Polk County gets them. They've got them at home this week, and it's going to be very close. And that's one of the rivals. Coach Derek Davis, when I talked to him from Polk County in our preseason thing, he said, McMinn's a big rival for us. So I'm going Polk County. The Wildcats get that one.
I guess I'll agree with him. I don't really know. So.
At any point, are you going to disagree with him? It's okay to do that.
I want you
Maybe.
to on the next
It
one
depends.
disagree. I don't know
Okay,
which one it is,
I'll
but you
disagree on the
disagree.
next one.
Yeah. In fact, look at me and say, "Are you crazy?"
Okay.
Okay.
Rick?
McMinn Central.
I'm going to agree with Rick.
Okay. All right.
You don't have to do that because Rick doesn't pick them all very well.
So we're all unanimous so far. Now, here's one that may not be. Bledsoe County is going to be at Sell Creek, and Bledsoe County, they're also off to a 1-1 start. They did beat Cumberland County, though, last week, got the 1-point win. I was surprised, though, on the panel this week how many people picked Sell Creek. What am I missing?
Brylee, you like Sell Creek or Bledsoe County?
I don't know. I don't know enough about him to
You just go ahead, take a stab at it. Bledsoe County, Sell Creek.
I don't know. Settle Creek, they say.
Are you crazy?
I'm
No,
crazy.
it's going to be Bledsoe County.
How about it, Rick?
I'll go Sell Creek. I just want to be different.
I'll agree with him again.
Sell Creek. So what am I missing?
I don't know, but I'm missing it big time too.
I don't think you're missing anything. It's just the fact that, Scott has never played Sell Creek. I think Oneida might have played him. Never played him.
We played them in basketball one time, I
mean,
think.
so what do we know about them? Nothing.
They're right above Saudi Daisy.
That's right.
Right below Ray County. That's about all I got.
All right, so we're going to flip over to Class 3A now. This is another one that's kind of. I'm wondering, as I see you guys making your picks, what am I missing? Cosby at Union County. Rick, a lot of people picking Cosby this week. What do you think?
I believe I picked Union County.
I think you did. I think that was the smart pick.
And the reason I picked them, and if you'll look at my picks, man, when I turn them in, with the exception of 2 games, and one of those would be Tennessee, we'll talk about later, I picked the home team in every game, and that's the reason I picked Union County.
Emma, Scott High's going to face Union County later this year, and it's going to be a big game. Could potentially be a playoff spot riding on that one. So as we get into this season, Cosby at Union County, what do you think?
I'm going to say Cosby.
Okay, why?
I have no clue. But I'm just
Okay.
Brylee goes first. I'm ladies first. Brylee, Cosby or Union County?
Union County.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree.
Sorry, guys.
Thank you.
They're right. Okay, so Tauntonville, New York. I have no clue. Tim, do you know where Tauntonville is?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's Staten Island.
Staten Island, New York.
Okay, so
Big time.
probably a big school with a strong program, I would imagine.
Actually, only a Class 3A team or something. I don't know what their classifications in New York are, but they have not started play up. As a matter of fact, I don't think
This will be their first.
It'd be their first game. I don't think they really start until the second weekend September normally.
They're playing this in Nashville.
All right, so there you go. For whatever reason, they decided to come to Tennessee to face Alcoa of all teams. In Nashville for their first game. What do you think? Obviously, you've done your research. So can Alcoa beat them?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll pick Alcoa.
All right, so Alcoa.
Why would I go against Alcoa?
I would never go against Alcoa.
9-time defending state champion, and I don't care where they're from. I mean.
Emma?
Alcoa.
Alcoa. Brylee?
I guess we'll go Alcoa.
Tim, can it be unanimous?
No, it's Tauntonville, New York.
Okay, so.
Tauntonville only won, I think, 4 games last year, too.
Tauntonville, yeah, but did you see who they lost? They're coming down. They're spending the weekend. They're going to the Tennessee-Virginia game.
All right,
Just let you know.
We're about to talk about that. Meigs County at Kingston. Rick?
Kingston.
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 Meigs County.
Meigs County. I knew Tim was going to say Meigs County because that's who he picked. I've had the privilege of seeing his picks. Why do you think Meigs County is going to get Kingston?
I don't think Kingston's been all too impressive against some unimpressive foes so far in the first 2 games, and I think Meigs County has done pretty well. So
They struggled against Oliver Springs a little bit, even though they beat them 45-20.
Mm-hmm.
They've not faced a team like Meigs County yet, and they may turn it on when they have to.
And that's very true. And we'll find out. We being guys in our region, we'll find out a lot about Kingston this week.
Mm-hmm.
Austin East at South Dole. Rick, Austin East is one of those teams that's struggling a little bit, looking for their first win of the season. South Dole is a tough place to try to go get that one.
South Dole.
South Dole. Emma?
South Doyle.
Brylee?
You want to go first on this one?
If you'd like me to, I'll do whatever you
Go
tell me to.
first on
So, I saw everybody going South Doyle, and my worry was Austin East put their athlete. His last name's
Cherry.
Yeah,
Cherry.
Put him at quarterback last
Yeah.
week against Carter, and it kind of gave us all a scare because we'd all picked Carter. And I thought, what if they do that again? But I went South Doyle anyway.
I'm gonna agree with him.
Okay, so it's unanimous, and they did get beat by Carter, by the way, 41-20. So
Yeah, I would not put him there. I wouldn't put him in a helmet myself.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm a basketball
Yeah.
coach, I'm saying, wait a minute, dude.
one that we did not mention, Scott High is going to be hosting Clinton on Friday, and I said I wasn't going to ask you and put you on the spot, and we'll go for Tim too. But I'm going to put you two guys on the spot. And we'll start with you, of course, because it's your team, and you're going to be cheering Friday night when Clinton comes to town. So who you got, Scott High or Clinton?
Scott High.
2 in a row. Do you feel that confident?
Sure.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go.
You're just not going to pick against them, are you?
I don't feel like I should.
Okay. All right. That's. I like that. I like that attitude. All right. Saturday at high noon in Nashville, 11 o'clock Central Time. Tennessee plays Virginia. I think Tennessee is a 28-point favorite. What do you think? Is there an upset looming?
No.
No. Emma? No. Brylee?
No, I guess.
Tim?
I hope-
You're not very confident in any of
I'm
these
not
picks.
very confident at all.
I hope not. It's going to be a long year.
Yeah,
if we don't get
that's exactly
Saturday.
right.
Yeah, so it's not going to be like that was it 1990 or 1991 we faced Virginia in the Sugar Bowl. They had Sean Moore quarterback. Tony Thompson scored the game-winning touchdown.
Right? We were down 21-3 going into the fourth. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
All right. Brylee Rector and Emma Carroll, thank you guys for joining us, and good luck to you guys and to your teams Thursday and Friday as we get set for week 3 of this season. Now, before they step away, Tim Smith, and when we come back from break, we're going to jump straight into our Legends segment.
Okay.
And so kind of get us going there.
All right, second half of our Legends with Tori Slavin and Shay West, and this week we're going to get to the focus on what we have them in here for. 15 years ago, Oneida appeared in their last Final Four in football. That was the 2008 semifinals, and that was an interesting game. Trousdale County came to town, and we remember some controversies that took place during that game. So it should be an interesting segment for you this evening. It's Tori Slavin and it's Shay West, and the 15-year anniversary of Oneida going to the Final Four in 2008. Coach Tony Lambert's second year with the Indians. A lot of good stories coming up out of this.
All right, so we'll get to that when we come back, our Legends of the Game segment. We want to thank Greg Bond and the Scott County School System for hosting us tonight here at the C. Michael A. Technology Center. Want to thank Trophy Masters for the set decorations that you see. Want to thank Baby J's Pizza for the pizza. Thanks to all the guys that came out and was a part of the show tonight. When we come back, our Legends of the Game segment on the Roundtable.